the left hand for the middle section of Rudolph, sentences 3, 4, and 5. Here we go. So for this one, if you know anything about music and how we've talked a lot in lessons about how music is kind of built on a 1, 4, 5 skeleton, if you will, framework. So in the first half of the song, we had the C, which is the 1 chord, right, in the key of C. Then we have this is called a G7 chord. If you look there, if you put the B right there, added in a D, you would have a G7 chord. We've added in that F, okay? So this is a G7 chord. This is a 5 chord, a 5-7 to be specific. And then we would need one more. We would need our 4 chord, right? So that would be our F chord. So if you, from a C chord, if you know anything about inversions, moving the top up here, well, now you have an F inversion, right? This is the second inversion of F. This would be F in the root. You invert the bottom up. This is inversion 1. And you invert the bottom up. This is inversion 2. So if you don't know anything about inversions, just tune that part out. But just take my word for it that going from C here to this up chord, we could call it an up chord to make it really simple. That is your 4 chord. That's an F. So that is the other one that we're going to use here. So we're going to use an F followed by a C, followed by a G7, and then back to our C. So I would recommend, if this is new to you, go ahead, play that C. If you're playing it without the middle, if you're doing the simplified version, just use the outside notes. Thumb up, thumb down, and then pinky down, and then you would go back to the C. So let me show you how that works together. So remember, sentence 3, we had this cage chord here. Use the top of the hand, and use the bottom of the hand. So as you're using the top of the hand, you're going to use the F chord. So if you're using just the outside notes, it's the CA. If you're using the inside, go ahead and add that F. Then 1 foggy. And now for Christmas Eve, when you're using 2-1, come on down here, play your C chord. Again, just play the outside 2 notes if that's all you're doing. Christmas Eve. Okay, so it's very straightforward. You start sentence 3 in the thumb up position. You close it up with the thumb down position. Now, predictably, sentence 4, I had said we'd be using a G7, so this is where the pinky moves down. 4, remember the thumb here moved up to the to the F there. You're going to use those bottom 3 fingers. Santa came to, and as you pivot over to play your final note, the E, that C has to play. And you'll see that all together, if we played that E down here, that would actually make a C chord. That is why you have to bring that pinky back up there, okay? So putting that all together, I'm going to use the slightly more complicated version with the middle finger in the left hand. Remember, cage chord position in the right hand. Then 1 foggy, switch to C, Christmas Eve, switch to the G7, and thumb comes up to the F. Santa came to, pivot over now onto the E and match that with a C in the left hand. So that's the left hand for sentence 3 and 4. Sentence 5, we are actually going to get away from the chording in the left hand, and what we'll do is we'll match the position in the left hand to the position in the right hand. So again, the F is empty, so just place your hands here in over these 5 notes, and you're just going to walk up. Rudolph, with your 3 times, nose so bright. Okay, from here, up you come, play that C 2 times. Won't you? Remember here we were walking down sentence number 5, but finger 4/2, you have to play the F. And then the D, right? So it was these notes on the way down. I'll show you that one more time. Come on up, play that C 2 times. Walk back down, switch to the F there, land on the D, and that's all you need. Then you can finish up the song with sentence 1. Move to 2. Up you come. Now, if you're breaking up the left hand there, you can do something like that. You could also add in this G. And the last thing I would recommend would be to play it staccato. To actually end it off on a nice short staccato note. And yeah, overall you want that song to have a little bit of a faster tempo. So there you go. That's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.